A very good evening, viewers, and thank you for tuning in to the Nilecast weekend edition on West Nile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day, every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumuringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories this evening, let's have a look at what's happening in the headlines tonight. In the headlines tonight, 77 qualified to join UPDF from Arua City and Arua District. Obiba Sub-County gets bridge rehabilitation project. And religious leaders urged to stand up against corruption. This and more in the Nilecast News Bulletin. It's the 6th of July 2024. You're most welcome to the Nilecast on West Nile Television. Let's dive straight into the stories that have made headlines today. Uganda People's Defense Force conducted interviews for candidates for both Arua City and Arua District at Arua Police Grounds, where the recruits were subjected to fitness and medical tests, as several considerations were taken into ensuring recruitment of able-bodied citizens into the UPDF. Let's have more on that story.
As Uganda People's Defense Forces continues with the nationwide recruitment exercise, where over 9,000 people joined the force, the team was in Arua City today on 6th of July 2024 to conduct interviews for candidates from both Arua City and Arua District. In the interviews that took place today at Arua Police Grounds, the recruits were subjected to fitness and medical tests, as several considerations were taken to ensure recruitment of able-bodied citizens. Captain Edwin Mawanda, the Uganda People's Defense Force Public Relations Officer for West Nile region, says the exercise is moving on well, which he attributes to cooperation from the leaders within the region, as he also raised concern of fewer ladies expressing interest in the opportunity from the region.
Today we are here in Arua City, and Arua City we have managed to recruit 45, and out of 45 we have 3 female, and the Arua District where we have recruited 32, and among them we have 8 female. In the region, the exercise is moving on smoothly through the help of our local leaders to organize these younger brothers and sisters who are joining us to join the forces, the mighty UPDF.
Mawanda went on to rally the ladies in the region to embrace joining the force so as to serve the country.
Always when you hear some people, they hear UPDF they are recruiting some our sisters there outside there, they may fear training but training is not hard so long as you understand what the instructors what they are telling you. You have to follow what the majority what they are doing. So I want to appeal to my sisters down there, please come and join us. UPDF is an institution where you find each and everything. So I want to appeal to them, next time please push in your application so that you come and join us and we serve our country.
Meanwhile, Okiswa Geoffrey, the resident district commissioner for Arua District, explains the benefit of young people being targeted in the exercise.
You know, with NRM government, peace is the core principle we always talk about. Peace and security. We need young people of between the ages of 18 to 22 years that will be very, very active to ensure that the peace and security this country fought for and it took up in 1986 is not only maintained but also sustained to the benefit of our people. That now we are talking about unemployment as one of the issues. So these young people now have this opportunity of employment in the UPDF. And I am very, very sure that this will enable us protect our core principle of socio-economic transformation.
However, Charles Chogor, the Arua Resident City Commissioner, revealed some of the reasons for which some candidates got disqualified in the exercise.
Some of our children were screened out because some had hernia, some had scars, some had the stupidity, I would call this stupidity, of that tattooing their bodies. If you tattoo your body out, for those of you who are listening, if you tattoo your body, in the future you will not join any profession. That is hooliganism, and it's also associated with terrorism, and that is not acceptable. About 5 boys missed to be screened because of tattooing. They are on top of their stomach, the arms, the faces, and that is not acceptable.
As the exercise continues, the team will tomorrow camp at the same venue to conduct interviews for districts of Maracha and Terego district, where the selected candidates will be taken from military training school. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, Nalcast.
The general public in the West Nile region has been urged to take advantage of the rising population to venture into productive activities so as to develop the region. This urge was made by Mr. Gore Goffin, the resident District Commissioner, Moyo District, after passing through the Uganda Bureau of Statistics just concluded national population census that has put the West Nile region among the top 3 populated regions in the country. Okumu Dominic reports.
After taking time to go through the Uganda Bureau of Statistics UBOS report on the recent national population census, the resident district commissioner and some stakeholders took it upon themselves to enlighten the public within the region on how they can use the high population to their advantage. Mr. Gore Goffin, the resident district commissioner Moyo, urged the public in West Nile to take advantage of the population and position themselves very well by identifying different areas where they can be able to provide services to the people, asking the people to venture into agricultural production and sell among themselves instead of depending on other regions for certain basic agricultural products like onions and tomatoes.
People that they can take advantage of this population by becoming the producers and sell to each other. This is the best way to develop. If everybody in West Nile can produce something, if you can rear goats, if you can produce onions, tomatoes, instead of West Nile getting tomatoes coming from other regions, then we take advantage of these people and produce from here. So I want to ask everybody to embrace production. The president has said clearly, there is only employment in agriculture, there is employment in industries. Industries, most of them come because there is raw material, there is agriculture.
Honorable Sandiga Caesar, the chairman local council 3 Moyo Town Council, acknowledged that the population of West Nile has gone up and of which the youth are at the forefront of the population. He therefore implored the youth to be productive and not only focus on education alone, but also think of technical skills so that they can reduce on the cases of overdependency and starvation among themselves.
It is clear the population of West Nile has increased, and among us the population, the young people have increased tremendously. The number have grown up. That means that we need our young people to come on the table of work, production. If we don't work and the young people are many, meaning that the burden first of all shifts to our elders, our mothers and parents who at home will become dependents, and then 2, the rate of dependence goes up. So I want to appeal to the young people. It is now individual struggle. Let us not only focus on formal education, let us focus on tertiary life skills, doing things using your hand, and then let us embrace agriculture, but we'll go commercial if we can.
Honorable Chachiga Martin, the former district council speaker Moyo, who doubles as coordinator and the director St. Martin Education Services, said money keeps flowing out of West Nile on daily basis because products like onions, tomatoes and beans.
Money must be brought in. Money is flowing out of West Nile on a daily basis. People come with onion in fuso lorries. They sell these things here, they go with our money. They bring tomatoes, they bring beans. Beans can do well here in Moyo, in the entire West Nile. We have no single reason to import onions, tomatoes, beans and so on from other districts in Uganda. We rather have to produce these things here and get the money ourselves.
He, however, appealed to the West Nile leaders to come out and educate their people so that they embrace production and become economically empowered.
If our leaders don't wake up and tell our people the truth, the basic fact is here is that we have a population that is poor, that is powerless, that is voting for you, you are getting rich, you are on power, you are amassing wealth. But what value, what legacy do you have in leading a population that is disempowered?
According to the statistics released by Uganda Bureau of Statistics UBOS, on the recent house-to-house national population census, West Nile region is among the top 3 most populated region in Uganda, following Busoga region and Buganda region. However, for a very long time, the region continues to depend on other essential items from other regions such as onions, tomatoes, beans and Irish potatoes, yet the leaders feel these items can be produced locally within the region, but the people don't want to do so. It's upon this background that the leaders are calling for concerted effort to address such issues so as to elevate the people out of poverty. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
Residents in Obiba Sub-County, Maricha Constituency, Maricha District have received a bridge rehabilitation project worth 80 million shillings. Osuta Yusuf reports.
The bridge, whose road stretches from All Saint Seed Secondary School to Arua city border, was first constructed over 20 years ago when Maricha was still under Greater Arua District. The Assistant Engineering Officer for Maricha District, Herbert Edria, said they are rehabilitating the bridge to safeguard it from flooding.
As far as this project is concerned, this is a project done using funds transferred from central government, that is Ministry of Works and Transport, and funding is under Road Rehabilitation Grant. The project sum is 80 million, and the design, the scope of the works here, we are basically extending the existing structure by adding more lines of ample culverts to provide additional space to safely allow this water to cross the road.
Obero Angelica, a mother in Obiba Sub-County, stressed the dilemma pupils and people in the area used to go through when water floods over the bridge. Wagaje Bosco, the sub-county chief for Obiba Sub-County, expressed optimism that if the rehabilitation of this bridge is completed, it will boost revenue collection in the sub-county.
Yeah, as far as the revenue is concerned, we are going to achieve a lot as far as this bridge is worked on. When the bridge is worked on, this is one of the district roads. This road begins right from a gate trading center at All Saints Secondary School around there. It ends on Arua side, reaching Otamachako. It is a very, very, very long road link, so it's going to boost so many things on the sub-county. Things like local revenue and what have you, because we have markets along the roads.
The Obiba Sub-County LC3 Chairman Honorable Mbaku Samuel, who decried the impassable state of the bridge during rain season, applauded Marsadish local government for coming into their rescue.
I'm really very grateful to the Marsa District local government to have come to build this bridge, because over years the water flows outside, it disturbs a lot. We have a health center and schools which people are unable to access services because of this.
Upon completion, the bridge is expected to last for years as it will boost production and trade in Obiba Sub-County. Osuta Yusuf, West Nile Television, Nilecast.
The Assistant Resident City Commissioner, Arua City, Job Richard Matwa, has urged the religious leaders to stand up against corruption. Alfred Jawok reports more.
As many parts of this country are plagued by corruption, where officials embezzle funds meant for public services, the Assistant Resident City Commissioner Arua City, Mr. Job Matua Richard, has urged religious leaders to stand up against corruption. He made this revelation at Hilltop Hotel Arua City, during an exclusive interview with West Nile TV on how to fight against corruption in Uganda. According to Mr. Matua, religious leaders have more audience to preach against corruption, adding that this will boost the move to fight against corruption as initiated by the president.
I want to be categorical, clear on the need for the citizens of Uganda to aggressively and very seriously fight the dangerous virus, the vice of corruption that is almost failing our country. But before I start that, can we look at the constitutional provisions? Fighting corruption is dictated by the law, the law of the land, the constitution. In the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, countrymen and women, under duties of citizens, Article 17, 1, Clause 1, I, which I want to read in verbatim, says, it is the duty of every citizen of Uganda, I, to combat corruption and misuse or wastage of public property. So it is the role of a duty or duty of a citizen to fight corruption.
Matua further said the collective voices of religious leaders cannot be ignored, and through the combined efforts, the corrupt officials can be brought to book. He therefore appealed to the religious leaders to join the fight against corruption, stand up for what is right, and demand accountability from those in power.
So the religious leaders must then aggressively preach against corruption, must then take over the role of mindset change of the people of Uganda. The attempt must then attempt to change our people from the attitude of wanting to get rich overnight, preaching to them that you can only get rich genuinely by working very hard. So the religious leaders must rebuke the corrupt. The religious leaders must condemn in the strongest possible terms the corrupt people. They must disassociate themselves from the corrupt people. They must reject the corrupt people. They must preach to the corrupt people to change their mind. That way, it will be a good deal for us as a country.
Recently, Nebi Resident District Commissioner Mr. Robert Abak cautioned contractors against shoddy works as these waste taxpayers' money. According to Abak, fighting corruption must start with all stakeholders from grassroots to the national level.
We are fighting corruption, and we are paying people who have not done the work. We are paying people who have done shoddy work, and you expect the RDC and the chairman and the Honorable Council to be part of it.
This highlights the power of courage, determination, and collective action in fighting corruption and promoting accountability in Uganda. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
That viewer marks the end of the Nilecast only on West Nile Television. Thank you, viewers, for always taking the time to be with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that will follow. My name remains Okumaringa Christine. Have a good evening.